Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on Black Ops Cold War, and as you guys saw from the title, I got a bit of a story time for you guys. It's actually going to be a collection of a bunch of smaller stories, and it's just going to go throughout the video as I play. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and today I'm going to be trying something different. I'm actually going to go a little try hard in the gameplay, so I can try to get something at least somewhat good for you guys, because usually I have these like negative KD games going in the background while I'm trying to tell a bunch of stories, so I'm going to try to balance them both. Also, as you guys can see, usually I rock the Ghostface skin, but today I decided to switch it up, and I don't want to say his name for the sake of possibly mispronouncing it and getting canceled, but you can see the name there. I'm rocking him with this really cool ghost skull face thing. Like I said, usually I rock Ghostface, but I wanted to switch it up because I always rock him. So I guess, like I said, we're gonna be telling multiple stories, so we should probably go into order through my work career. So we'll start off with my first job, which was McDonald's. Like I said, these are all gonna be rage related, but I remember there was this one time. It was when Incredibles 2 had just come out, and the McDonald's I worked at the time was right next to a movie theater, okay? So not only was it a Friday night, not only did Incredibles 2 just come out, it was in the evening, and we were slammed. So, like, oh my god, I can't even explain it. Like, the line went outside of the parking lot and all the way down the road. Actually, it went to the movie theater. It was insane. And at the time, you gotta remember, I was a 14-year-old kid. I was relatively new to the job, and they had me running grill alone on a night like this, and oh my god, man. I was also working with a bunch of stoned, stupid teenagers. I mean, I was a stupid teenager at the time, but at least I didn't go to work stoned, but everybody was like stoned off their ass, barely able to do their job. So I was running grill alone and getting blamed for a bunch of things going wrong, when half the stuff going wrong was actually with the people online putting the sandwiches together. I was just the guy cooking them, you know what I mean? So the whole night, you know, orders are behind, like, things are taking forever to get out, obviously, with how long the line's going, and we were just completely held up, and I kept getting blamed for things going wrong, like sandwiches being made wrong, and I was like, dude, I have nothing to do with that. Like, the people in the front, the manager in the front, because we didn't have a manager in the back with us for some reason, which you would think there would be a manager in the back, you know, when we're that packed, but no, it was just one manager up front trying to just kind of keep everybody happy or whatever. I don't even know. We were kind of short-staffed that night too, if I remember correctly. So you got all these stupid blondes in the front working the cash register, taking orders, doing their thing, and then you got the manager up there. And like I said, there was a bunch of stupid stone teenagers on the line, so they kept getting all these orders wrong. Like, say there was like a Big Mac with like extra Big Mac sauce, they put like no Big Mac sauce on it, like stupid stuff like that. And then I kept hearing this stuff like, Nathan, stop messing up the orders. I was like, dude, I'm working the grill, and I was dealing with this like all freaking night long. Like a good 2 hours into my shift, I was still hearing about it. So I got to a point where I had finally had enough. Anybody that knows me in real life knows when I'm mad, I'm the last person you want to be around. Like, I have a temper, so I just finally flipped. I was like, dude, I'm not the one fucking this stuff up, and everybody was just like dead. And then, like, that got everybody to chill for a bit. And I was like, all right, then we keep working. Went for another, like, 20 minutes, and it started back up again. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. So I had a whole thing of, like, patties on the grill, and as soon as they came up, I threw them in the tray, and then I took it and just whacked it against the wall, and the freaking tray cracked down the side. But then the patties, you had to put them on, like, this paper thing, and the grease from the burgers would always make them kind of stick to the paper they were on. So you just had these burgers just kind of sliding down the side with all the grease and the paper just hanging over dear life with this cracked tray on the floor, and everybody was like, what the hell? And I just walked out. I was done. I just walked out, and that was it. But my manager loved me, so I did a lot of stupid stuff like that all the time. Like, I didn't have that good of a work ethic when I first started working, I'm not gonna lie. I was really good at what I did, but when people made me mad, I was mad. But my manager found me outside, bad habit, but I was outside smoking a cigarette, and she came out and found me, and we talked about everything, and she let me go home early and stuff like that. But oh my god, I'm lucky I didn't get fired that time for that one. Also, I know I said I was gonna go kind of try hard in the gameplay, but man, it's really hard to try to talk and play at the same time. You guys honestly have no idea. You guys flip a camera on, have the pressure of the camera on you, and then try to play and talk at the same time. It's a lot harder than you think. But the next story, this one's a little bit more recent, because I didn't really have that many rage instances at McDonald's. Like, there was a lot where I'd like flip out or whatever. Oh, actually no, there was another good one I should tell. There was this one stupid kid, and I forgot his name. Even if I knew his name, I wouldn't say, just, you know, for the sake of privacy and YouTube, you know, just privacy rights and stuff like that. But there was this one really annoying kid, one of those stupid like skater vape type of kids, you know what I mean? So we were working or whatever, and the whole time I was working grill, it was like a busy lunch shift. It was like a Saturday or a Sunday or something. I know it was the weekend because I was working a lunch shift. So we were working and stuff like that, and it was only like his first or second day, and this stupid kid kept like coming along every time he like passed me and just kept like punching my arm for like no reason. It was a random thing. He was just punching my arm. Also know he was like stoned as hell that day, so it probably had something to do with that. But he just kept punching my arm, going and I got so pissed off. He did this so many times, like every 5 minutes, just be walking past. So finally, I had enough, and the one time that he came past right before he got to punch me, I grabbed him by his shirt collar and threw him against this freezer that we had right next to the grill. Because we had a freezer right next to the grill, we had to reach into it a lot, obviously, to grab the patties. It was literally right there. So I grabbed him by the collar, threw him into the freezer. I was like, and then he was like, holy shit. His face was just like, it just... Oh my god, it was hilarious. Yeah, I grabbed him, threw him into it, did that same stupid laugh right in his face, and immediately he was like, oh shit, and then he was just like standing there, he was like, yo, my bad, bro, and I was like, yeah. So, I mean, like I said, there was other McDonald's stories, but those were just like, those two were just like my most memorable ones. My other ones were just typical flip outs, like people yelling at me for doing stuff that wasn't even my fault, and then I'd flip out on them, walk out, and then, you know, somehow not get fired. In fact, I never even got fired from that job. That one I just ended up quitting when I told my manager to go McFuck herself and walked out the door. So a little bit after I moved down to Florida, I had a job at Culver's, and I had like 2 or 3 rage instances, but my favorite one was the mushroom story. Everybody, it was like 2 or 3 days later, and everybody had heard about the mushroom story. I was the mushroom kid. So it was a busy night. It was literally my second day on the job, and they had me on the grill, and well, we'll just cut to the chase, you know, apparently I wasn't doing my job right, and I kept getting yelled at and stuff, you know, but it was my second day on the job, and we were freaking slammed, so what do you expect? And the way they had us do the grill there, look, man, that was when I was in the middle of my eating disorder. I didn't have much strength, and you had to be constantly pushing these patties down, and you had to throw down like 16 patties at a time, like, yeah, they were asking for a lot out of me at the time, and especially considering it's my second day, like, come on. And, you know, normally I'd be like, whatever, you know, it's my second day, if people are gonna get mad, that's on them. Like, I've changed over the years. I used to be really, like, I used to let my temper get the best of me, but nowadays I'm a really chill guy. But the one thing that really set me off was when there was this like stupid fat fuck that was working the deep fryer, and normally I wouldn't be rude and say something like that, but you'll understand in a second. It was like, damn, the stupid egg roll can't do his job. So I took this whole fucking thing of mushrooms that we had cooking on the grill, just threw it against the damn wall. It was just everywhere. It almost got into the outlets too, so I'm lucky I actually didn't like start some sort of other problem there, you know, whether it be like a fire or like something with the outlet just going wrong, because it was right next to it, which, you know, could have been a problem. But after that, I just walked out and that was it. And I got a warning at that time. They were like, hey, you do anything like that, you know, you're done, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that was like the only memorable one from them. But then my most recent job, Subway, was actually my favorite job that I've had. You know, it was a really good job. I really liked the people that I worked with. I had a lot of good people I worked with. My managers, you know, all my coworkers, whatever, had nothing but respect for all of them. There was a few kids that kind of struggled to do their job sometimes, but for the most part, they were really good. And like I said, me and the manager had a really good relationship, and we even still keep in contact to this day, even though we had something wrong go with our store. It's a whole story, but basically our store got bought out, and they let literally everybody go. So even if I wanted to go back to working, even if it wasn't for my current physical health status, I wouldn't be able to, because I don't have a job now since those stupid people bought us out and left us without jobs. But man, I dealt with so many assholes at that Subway, man. There'd be people that were like, I want a salad, and then I'd be like, okay, lettuce, spinach, or both in it. They were like, excuse me? And I'd be like, do you want lettuce or spinach or both in it? And then they'd be like, both please. And then I'd be like, okay, I'd be making it. Then I was like, do you want any meat in this? They'd be like, it's a salad. And I was like, dude, a salad comes with everything that would be on like a 6-inch sub, including the meat. So do you want some meat? They'd be like, chicken if you must. And then I'd be like, any cheese? And then they'd be like, what kind do you have? And I was like, mozzarella, cheddar, pepper jack, and oh god, what was it? American. And most times they'd be like, cheddar. Like, they always like responded with like this attitude, just like a teenage chick. Like, and then they'd say the thing. But yeah, we do that, and then we get the veggies on it and stuff. And then at the very, very end, even with all the dressings and stuff on it, then they would say, can I get it chopped, please? And then I'd be like, really? Like, when you want to chop salad at Subway, you should always tell them immediately so they can grab the bowl that they have to chop it in and grab the chopper and everything, and then just do it in that bowl rather than putting it in a salad dish and then throwing it into the big bowl, doing that, and then transferring it back to the salad bowl, because it makes everything messy when the dressing's already in there, you know what I mean? It's just messy presentation. It gets all over your gloves, ruins it. It just ain't it, Chief. So Yeah, I dealt with that a lot. That really always ticks me off. But oh my god, there were so many people that were so picky about their orders and stuff like that. Like, I understand being picky about your food. Like, I'm picky about my food. But, like, the things they would say and just the extremes they would take it to, like, oh my god. Like, they'd be like, I want my sub extra toasted, please. And then I'm like, okay, I'll put it in for, like, double the time. Is that cool with you? Or maybe just, like, a time and a half. They were like, a time and a half. And then I do it, and then I pull it out. They were like, did you even toast it? I was like, yeah. And then I put it back in for another go. So at this time, it's going for like 2.5 times what it should be. Then I pull it back out. They were like, that's not enough. Can you please do it again? Then I'm like, okay, put it back in. And then I pull it back out, and they'd be like, fine, I guess I'll take it. At that point, when it's been toasted 3 times over, I'm like, dude, if I toast it anymore, it's gonna be a piece of charcoal wrapped in Subway paper. For the sake of privacy, I'm not gonna use his real name. We'll just call him Josh. Okay, I was working with a guy named Josh, and it was just me and him running the store. You know, a lot of people always gave this kid Josh a lot of problems. I always really liked the kid. I thought he was like great to work with. You know what I mean? Like, I had a lot of fun working with him. But there was this one time where there was, oh my god. I'm pretty sure he was either just coming to clock in, or he was just coming off break, or just came back from the bathroom or something like that. But I got so freaking pissed, dude. There was this customer that was just going on and on and on and running her mouth or whatever, and was just giving me so much crap about this one order. And they got like borderline disrespectful. Like, she ended up throwing out some like racial slurs and cussing me out and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm done with this, and I went to the back and I was just fuming, because like racism is like one of those things where it's like it doesn't really bother me, but like if it's coming at me in like a disrespectful manner, like it's gonna set me off, because it's like, you don't like, I don't come up to you like saying a bunch of disrespectful racist stuff, so don't do it to me. So I was making it, and she was like, you know, maybe if you'd open your eyes a little bit more, maybe you could make it right. So I just had enough at that point, because like I said, racism, like when it comes to jokes and stuff like that, I'm into that kind of dark humor, not gonna lie. I don't make those jokes really ever myself, but like, you know, they're funny when they pop up in a YouTube video or a meme or something like that. But anyway, like at that point, I was just like, no. I went to the back. I was punching a few boxes, put a hole in a few things, threw a few things on the floor, and my buddy Josh came back in the door. Was like, dude, what happened? So all he sees is a bunch of cookie bags on the floor, sauce on the floor, or not open sauce, but it was like sauce bags and sauce bottles on the floor. There wasn't a mess from that, but there was like holes in boxes and stuff. I was like, dude, I was like, you got to make that order. I was like, I'm not doing it. So then he went out there, dealt with her, and yeah, he only had to deal with her for like 30 seconds or something like that before she ended up walking out. But even he came back and he was like, holy crap, dude. And I was like, yeah, what the heck just happened? Dude, well, Cold War just kicked me from my gun game, so I guess that's that. I was at the end of my stories, basically, anyway. I mean, there's probably a few more, but I can make another video on this at some point if you guys really want to see more. But yeah, that's that. As always, a shout-out to the patrons, Karma's Fav Grandma, and Lil Bootytap. If you guys want to see more, like I said, I can totally make more. I had a lot of fun making this video. I was going to try to go a little try-hard in the gameplay and try to, like, commentate good at the same time, but it just turns out I'm not built to do that, so... I'm probably gonna set up like a new system where like some videos I focus on the gameplay, and then other videos I just kind of focus on telling stories, because I have people that like watching the channel for both things, you know what I mean? So I'll probably just try to find a healthy balance where I'll like alternate each night. One night focus on gameplay more, one night focus on just kind of telling my stories and rambling like in this video, because doing both at the same time, man, I'm telling you, it's harder than it looks. Anyways, I upload literally every single day at 7 p.m, so hopefully I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Peace.